is called Citizens, a football documentary about our local team, Welling Garden. For my documentary, I'm going to, first little bit of it, I'm going to go over the history of the club, talk about how they were formed, what they've achieved in their history, and where they play, just to give an idea to people who don't know anything about the club, just about them really. But I'm focusing on where they are now, because recently they've been having a lot of issues, money issues, the managers have left, a lot of players have left, and they're really struggling at the moment. I'm just going to go over that and have interviews with the manager, the players that played for the club before, and have interviews with the fans and talk about how they feel about what's going on with the club at the moment. So yeah. I'm going to be filming at the ground that they play in the football club, the pub that's there as well. We're going to Gosling Sports Park, going to the stadium that's there as well, and I'll be filming in the house centre as well, just around there. The style of my documentary, I'm basing it off a YouTube channel called Couple92, who do a lot of football documentaries and all stuff like that, and all different kind of topics of football.
So, okay.
I've got one of their videos as well.
Okay, do you want to share? It'd be interesting to see.
Just kind of show what I want to make mine look like. I'll only show the first minute of it.
I think the volume's down on the computer.
Okay. Is it here?
No.
No.
On the actual computer. Doesn't.
It's not coming off here.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. We'll just listen carefully.
Basically, it's going on about how non-league football can just be as good as professional football, instead of just like all the big teams that get a lot of money and all over TV. It's just saying that if you go down your local pub side and watch them play, it can just be just as good and exciting as football you see all over TV and all that. And that's kind of what I would want to talk about in my documentary as well. Just like the way it's filmed is how I want to kind of make mine look as well. Yeah, skip that.
You're going to film like in the pub and things afterwards?
Yeah, that's where I'm going to have the interview with the managers in the little pub that's at the ground as well. I do not know how to get off this.
Just press escape.
Escape. Yeah, I'm going to film it near the end of April, because that's when that's when they finish this last games of the seasons are. So I'm going to film it, some training sessions and the games as well, just so I can have, because I can't interview the manager on a game. I want to get like kind of interview them before they play, and have an interview after the game, just to, yeah, do that. That's my crew, but the reason I want to do this documentary because my family has a lot of history with the club, because obviously my granddad played for the team, my dad has played for the team, and I have a lot of links to the club because obviously in recent years my dad used to coach the team as well, so that's going to give me a lot of links to the club to actually allow me to have interviews with the manager, the players and all that, and have access to old photos of the club, which is why I want to talk about history, because I've got all the photos and all that. And a little fact is that my great great uncle opened the football club and actually moved the club into the ground where they are now. So yeah, that's why a little fact about that. Any questions?
I really like it. I think I'm going to say the same thing to you as I said to Ryan earlier on, is that like I know that you've all got this idea about doing this documentary together, but it strikes me as a series of documentaries, so like 3 separate documentaries. And you mentioned at the beginning about the financial issues with the club, but you didn't really go into that in much detail. And I think that like Ryan mentioned about that, and Ryan kind of had lots to do with that in his, but I think your focus is that family history and the history of the club, which is kind of where your strength is. And I really do think you should change your angle to just focus on the history of the club and your family's kind of element in that. What do you reckon? Do you think it'd be interesting? I don't know, but I'm not a football fan, so I don't really know. Does it sound like an interesting documentary?
I'm not a football fan.
But does it sound like an interesting documentary? No. So who's the audience?
I think anyone who's interested in football, and obviously Welwyn Garden City fans, same, but pretty much football fans have done it. Anybody in here would particularly enjoy
But what about just local people?
local people who watch games there as well.
Or even just know that it's there. And
or people that like non-league football as well.
For me, I think it's got to be about the people
Yeah.
as well. Like, I like the idea of filming.
That's why I wanted to have interviews with fans as well.
And in the pub.
Yeah.
I love that idea. Like, you give some like drunk person sitting on the thing going like, and like literally, I can imagine like having like an interview with like an old man that literally goes on for like 6 hours, and you have to like speed it up because he's like going, oh, I remember this or I remember that, and you could like have his pint getting like, I don't know, but I'm just like, you know, you get these kind of characters.
Yeah.
And that might be nice to kind of
Did
try.
you say you're doing interviews in a pub?
It's like the football club, the actual club itself.
Oh, okay.
Well, what's your concern there?
I was going to ask about the audio and sound. I know some pubs and clubs, when they do get their own regulars, they're not quiet.
Yeah, I won't be doing it like obviously after games because everybody is going to be in there.
You do some B-roll footage after the games while it's noisy. But
Obviously, when everybody's all in there, because obviously the difference is you can actually go into the pub after and talk to the players and managers. Not like, oh, if you're going to watch Tottenham play, you can't go after and talk to the managers and the players because they'll be off in their big cars and going to their big houses. You can go actually get to know the players as well. That's what's good about moving football as well.
yeah.
That's what I kind of want to show as well.
James got a good point there. So some footage in the pub, but and interviews in the location of the pub, but you need to make sure that they're scheduled for when it's not busy.
Yeah, well, obviously could get a chance to interview him during training as well. So with the manager and some players, that's a big one.
Yeah.
So,
Have you contacted and asked people for if they?
Not yet, but I think my dad can help me out with that because obviously he knows a lot of people with the club there, so he can sort me out with that as well.
Well done, Joe. That was a really good pitch.